We've heard about this shit about the hip-hop industry for years. That is filled with homosexual activity, bro. We've heard about this for years.
Well,
for years.
But here's the thing. Listen, people think Will Smith is a freak. People think Will Smith and Jada Pinkett
is. They probably are.
But the difference is
that's not
that
a
they're
federal
not
crime.
And this is the clear difference between Diddy and what Will Smith is doing. Will Smith isn't pimping Jada Pinkett. Everything Jada Pinkett is pimping Will Smith. Diddy is pimping her. So when I looked into this a little bit further, because I knew we were gonna have this conversation and go back and forth, so I was trying to think in my head, what is the difference?
There's to an extent.
Pimping
yes,
is different.
She was getting pimped,
and that's illegal.
To an extent, but it was more coercion than pimping. What he was look, let's start with this because I've been getting bombarded with the bullshit. I'm not defending Diddy. Fuck Diddy. Throw Diddy in the deepest, darkest hole that we have.
We're talking about the justice system right now. And
I know, but let's just get this out the way. I want Diddy to go to prison because he's done a million things that you and I would be rotting in prison for right now. So fuck him, and he needs to go to jail. Aside from that, let's talk about the facts. The facts is that the feds are coming after him for human trafficking and racketeering. There has been no human trafficking and no racketeering in this whole case. The whole case.
Prostitution is human trafficking.
Pablo,
across state lines is human trafficking. Flying people out, buying prostitutes, and being a prostitute is both illegal both ways.
All right. So why is it that their star witness has, like, this is what they blew their whole case up? Cassie, because she testified for like a week, right? Their star witness was the one bringing in the fucking people to have sex with Diddy, bro. So all they really did there was like blow the case apart. One, it showed that she had a lot of fault.
But did that blow a case apart? Or did that just open up another can of worms for Cassie? And that's for her to be tried in a different sense. But the whole point is this is how a RICO charge works. So my brother, there's a head of the enterprise, which we're all in agreement. Is Diddy. This is what the feds are trying to... I'm not saying... This is what the feds... This is what
that's what they're trying to prove. That's what they're trying to prove.
It's a head of enterprise. The enterprise we know is all the freaky guys in this freaky fucking network of freaks. And Diddy's at the top. He's the head of enterprise. So he's the boss. He's the Pablo Escobar. Naturally, you have people under you that are doing the work. Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell.
Do you understand that you haven't had... You know what conspiracy is? I've been booked by the feds. Okay? Hold on. Time out.
Yeah.
I've been booked by the feds.
Expert.
I have done time in the feds. You know what conspiracy is? Two people who corroborate a story against you. That's it.
But there's been more than two. Hold on, time out, Montana. We got more. We got Cassie and the prostitutes off rip. We got Cassie, the prostitutes, the other people that were part of.
How come the prostitutes aren't taking the stand?
They have Montana. There's literally been one prostitute that already said that I read. He said he couldn't get hard because Diddy was beating Cassie up so much, and he was like, "Oh no, I can't get hard. This is crazy." And Diddy was blaming it on Cassie. Right. I read that, homie. Like, that's a prostitute that testified that.
Right.
So that's my point. It's not just Cassie saying, it's the prostitute corroborating the information. So that's 1 and 2. Bam. That's what I'm saying. It's they're matching the stories together. You feel me? And it's not just one prostitute. There's multiple.
Okay.
The one that was traumatizing to me was the dude saying he couldn't get hard because Cassie's sexy as fuck.
Don't even get me, bro. Again, there's all kinds of sick shit going on here.
Was sexy as fuck. This whole thing ruined my whole image of Cassie for me. It's like, fuck, man. It's crazy.
Look, bro. He's done nothing.
You're right, Cassie. You're beautiful. I'm sorry if you're listening and we know you are. It's not your fault.
You need help. Look, Cassie. I'm sorry for what you went through, but you have a lot of fault and you did a lot of shit wrong. Yes, he coerced you and all that shit, but you need Jesus and you need a lot of things in your life, bro. I'm not even gonna get into that. I got attacked by a friend of mine that's an influencer in New York the other day, and she was like, "This is unbecoming." I was like, "Look, lady, I don't have time for this. She needs Jesus in her life." Anyway, so let's get this straight. You're gonna tell me that Diddy paid a bunch of prostitutes to party with him and have freak offs?
Yeah.
Hold on. Right? Facts. Right? That sounds a lot like Hugh Hefner. That sounds a lot like every rapper that's ever existed. So. What
crazy.
Allegedly. So let's be real here. When you're talking about human trafficking is that he had this network of people that he kidnapped and coerced.
No. Human trafficking doesn't have to do with kidnapping. Human trafficking is pimping. I got this girl from fucking Main Street. I put her in Tootsie's, and guess what? The feds say, "Hey, you convinced her to be in Tootsie's and sell her pussy, not just strip." Human trafficking, my brother.
But if they had that, brother, you don't understand how the feds operate. If they had that, they would have brought it out already.
My brother, but what I'm trying to tell you is this guy's going to jail,
bro.
But no. What I'm trying to tell you guys is that Well, Cassie is the star witness. What do you mean? Who would have been the star witness?
Which is pathetic because the text messages show her saying, I'm sorry for saying it like this, but it's what the text message says. Oh, Papi, I can't wait for you to stick your cock in me raw. Like, bro, that's not a star witness. She has as much fun as the other guy, bro.
Willing participant.
No, fuck willing participant. Partner. She was there helping him get the fucking people to fucking have freak-offs with.
So my question, Montana,
what proof of what?
My question, and what the prosecution is going to argue, and me as a logical human being with a baby sister and a mom, and this is what I think of in these crazy situations. At what point does the line cross between, yes, she's a willing participant, and coño, she's being threatened, and the guy's saying, hey, listen, I'm gonna expose you, I'm gonna put out your porn, I'm gonna fucking blow up your boyfriend's car if you snitch, if you testify. At what point does that line cross and we realize that this is maybe not just simply, a guy and a girl being freaky as fuck and intimate and paying other people to be a part of it? Because there's couples fight all the time, but that's not a pimp. That's not a pimp in his hole. There's a very huge difference in that dynamic and that conversation between a violent man and a violent woman.
First off, let's start with this. First off, I don't put myself in positions for you to have proof of anything to blackmail on me. The fact that he has...
we crossed that bridge. These guys have fucking all kinds of evidence.
So let's start with that. Yeah. You're already morally corrupt, and we're way past that conversation. So you telling me you're scared of blackmail is already like, bro, I don't want to hear any of that shit.
No, but it's not... But when you say... If I felt right now you saying blackmail felt more like oh, here's your porn. Homie, he blew up Kid Cudi's car. Like, this is crazy.
Allegedly.
No.
Allegedly.
Kid Cudi testified it. This has been folklore.
Allegedly.
Listen.
Allegedly.
Welcome back to the Aircast. This is going to be part of the fucking Cold Open because this has been part of folklore, hip-hop folklore for 10 years, homie. We've been fantasizing it and thinking, there's no way Diddy's crazy ass did that. This guy came out and said it, bro. Smoking squares the whole way. And guess what? He even said him and Diddy made up after it. He said that Diddy apologized, but in between that, he also said that he pulled up to some store, to some hotel, and he seen Diddy outside at the window, and Diddy had his hands behind his back like a Marvel supervillain. So listen, Cudi's also crazy. He's been known for doing coke. No, God knows. But homie,
and Kid Cudi's right. Like, he did do it.
And listen,
but
and
one
the
thing
line
is
got
to
crossed.
Say that he did it, and another thing is to prove that he did it, Bobby. Yeah. Oh yeah, he did it. Okay.
Cudi's testimony doesn't prove that he did it.
Like,
no, but here's the thing. I understand.
And that's arson. That's a whole nother federal crime.
But that's part of racketeering. Of the RICO. I'm sorry. That's part of the RICO where you need. I wrote them down here. There's seven.
Yes.
Homie, there's 7 predicates for RICO. All you need is 2. One is murder. God forbid, not God forbid, but God knows if the jury gets involved, all the fucking hip hop people.
Who knows? They're gonna throw his baby mama's murder on.
Maybe.
That would be crazy if they throw the baby mama.
Can you imagine if Biggie's murder comes out in this trial? Oh my God.
I don't even think that's necessary. I don't even think Cassie, brother. I don't even think Cassie's domestic violence is gonna come out with this RICO.
Because she took the money, Papi. That's what I'm trying to tell you. She took money from Diddy. She cannot come after him for that.
What I'm trying to tell you is that
she
they don't need it.
She settled out of court. She took money.
But Montana, they don't need it because listen to everything that comes after murder, kidnapping, which is 100% proven by the prostitute authority, and Cassie who said it. Yes, and even not a prostitute. That a homegirl that was part, I guess a mutual freak that was part of the shit that corroborated and testified that they didn't let Cassie leave because she was beat up. You feel me? So Diddy's whole thing was you got to stay at the crib or the hotel because he didn't want her out in public fucking all bruised up. Kidnapping, that counts as kidnapping. It's not movie kidnapping where I'm fucking putting you in the trunk, but that's kidnapping. You're holding somebody against their will at a place. That's 2. Kidnapping's the second one. 3. Gambling offenses. Have no idea what the fuck that means.
That's racketeering. That was part of mafia shit back in the day. But yeah, go ahead.
So if that's the case, then because bribery, that would be 6. I was gonna say where he paid the hotel guy to not fucking put out the video.
But to convict him of arson, so here's
arson. I don't think he's getting caught on arson.
Of course not.
But still,
Kid Cudi's the only witness.
The Kid Cudi shit.
And he's assuming it was Diddy. Again, he has no proof.
100%.
Next, no proof.
Robbery. Number 5. Robbery. Who knows all the artists? Fucking 112. Not 112. Yeah, 112. Shout out 112. My dog.
That's fucking people.
That is contractual.
Yeah, that's fucking people.
So that's legal
that's
robbery.
Legal. He learned that from. Let me not. Anyway.
Did he rob any of the prostitutes? I'm not sure. No, none of that shit. So he might not get robbery. No. Bribery though. He has bribery. Bribery. He has bribery for sure with the hotel.
No.
What do you mean? The hotel
is not included, Bobby. That's past the statute of limitations.
That's not happening. Anything.
What do you mean that's
The
not
hotel and the
included?
video
Anything
and
that
the
has to do
that-
with
that-
Cassie getting beat up is
hold
not
on,
gonna
guys.
be
Hold on, but
evidence.
hold on. Okay, but here's what you guys got to understand. You guys are making this a Diddy and Cassie trial. This is not a Diddy and Cassie trial. This
Cassie's a
is the-
star witness.
But this is
Cassie's a star witness.
But that's fine. You could
She
be
testified for
but
a
this
week.
is not a
Everybody else
Disney-
has only testified for a day.
My G, this is a Society versus Diddy trial. This is not
It's not.
Cassie.
Let's get,
Her
bro,
stuff-
Bubble.
her stuff
Let
is not admissible.
let's talk about exactly what this is.
But listen, him paying
Hold on.
the hotel to hide the video. That's bribery. Has nothing to do with Cassie.
All right.
That's him in the
Hold
hotel.
on.
That's him
Hold
bribing.
on. Hold on. Let's talk about the
Stop
video.
fact-checking.
Let's talk about the video though. Let's talk about the video. Why was it released at the time it was released? If they had the video that whole time, why was it released like right?
No,
when,
no. That's already been clear now, and everybody. This is the narrative the prosecution is going to paint, because this guy will blow up your car and lock your dog in the bathroom, because this guy is powerful. This guy will do all this, and he's in fucking Turks and Caicos. Turks and Caicos.
But that's what
No,
I'm
no,
trying
no,
to.
no, no.
Hold on.
This
No.
is the facts, because he blew up Kid Cudi's
There's
car.
no
in a different
facts, Papi.
Okay, time out.
There's no facts.
Time
It's
out.
all people saying things.
Okay, but
and again,
no,
conspiracy
but the
is.
point is, listen, bro. Time out, because he did all this Cassie shit 5, 6, 7 years ago. That hotel shit was years ago. The Kid Cudi shit was 10 years ago. And Kid Cudi said it. Hey, I was going to go fight him in person. I decided not to do that and filed police reports. 5, 6, 7 years ago, you opened up this pod saying, if me or you did half of the crimes, we would have been locked up already. Homie, if me and you got accused for blowing up any of our girls' ex-boyfriends' cars, homie, we're in jail right now. We're in TGK right now facing these trials. This guy did this shit from the comfort of a freak off in Turks and Caicos.
You're in the feds.
Homie, but this guy got away with this shit. Like, my whole point is,
And
this is a disgusting example of people with money getting away with fuck shit.
But I opened the fucking podcast saying I want Diddy to go to prison.